What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you a DLC for Smash Bros. Fighter Pass revised predictions list. So I did this, well, quite a few months ago when they announced the Fighter Pass, and that didn't really turn out too well for me. So I wanted to do a revised one. So I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately, and after the reveal of Joker, you know, the official one that we got right before Update 3.0 dropped, and the way they kind of showed him off, they kind of, you know, the way they kind of presented him made me kind of rethink the whole approach to what Nintendo might kind of, the route they might end up kind of taking for DLC. So with Joker, it kind of seems like they might be willing to kind of let down their guard with the, I guess, maybe some more mature-ish sort of characters, because they always, they did happen to, I guess you could kind of say they went out of their way in the reveal to mention that he has a gun and a knife, so maybe they're lowering their stance on mature characters a bit, and maybe it kind of opens the door a little bit wider for some of those sort of characters. So I'm going to give you my predictions for, well, the rest of the Fighter Pass, and this is the only other one I'm going to do, because it's kind of pointless to keep on doing one of these every time we get a character revealed. So up first, I'm predicting Joker for the first one. Boom, nailed it. All right, joking aside, let's move on to my first one. Probably, you know, no surprise, Banjo-Kazooie is going to be my first, I guess technically the second character, but the first one I'm predicting on this list, and I believe the next two reveals will happen at E3 2019. Why do I think that? Well, it doesn't seem like we're going to get a Nintendo Direct for anything anytime soon. I mean, we're pretty much here at the end of April, so that only leaves us May, and it doesn't make too much sense for Nintendo to drop a Nintendo Direct only for the very next month to be E3 and to, you know, kind of reveal all their big plans for the upcoming future and stuff like that. So I believe two characters will be revealed at E3. It is a huge event. A lot of eyes are going to be on the game. A lot of eyes are going to be on, well, what's coming next to Smash. So I think that is a great place and a great opportunity for Nintendo to, you know, announce a big-time character such as Banjo-Kazooie. Now, I know this character is somewhat debated, and, you know, a lot of people want him because his great history with Nintendo, and quite a bit of people have never actually got to experience the game or don't really understand who the character is, so they don't want him, and I understand that. But when it comes to Banjo and being in Smash, he kind of, I don't know, he's a Nintendo character, you know, down to his truest form. After all, he started as a platformer on, the N64. So, I mean, he's got all sorts of moves that you can come up with. He's got, you know, we could say he's got popularity within the Smash community. It would be a big-time character that, you know, if Nintendo were to reveal it at the biggest, you know, gaming event, you know, E3, all eyes and ears would be on that, and so many people would kind of flock to it, and, you know, people would buy this character, and that's what Nintendo's doing after all with DLC. They would be willing to buy, well, the DLC, and in this case, Banjo, especially with Phil Spencer from Microsoft saying that he's given his blessing. He would love to see this happen. Fans want to see it happen. I kind of think, and plus, Phil's kind of gone quiet on Twitter or social media over the last, you know, number of months. So maybe they were able to work it out, and, you know, Nintendo and Microsoft, that is, to get Banjo and Smash. That's why you can't say anything one way or the other. But hey, if it happens, E3 is a great place to announce it. And I kind of think another thing for E3, and I'll show you my next character that I think has a pretty good chance, actually, Scorpion, and I'm going to jump into him in a second. But the reason I think there will be two reveals at E3, so Sakurai has stated in the past that when it comes to character development, they work on several characters at a time. Now, I believe that's why Joker might have taken a bit longer. Again, they kind of, you know, announced him before he was truly, you know, had a, you know, in-depth, you know, sort of run into DLC. So I believe that once Joker got ready, character number 2 wasn't far behind. In this case, I think if Banjo, you know, was going to be one of those characters, he's not far behind, and probably be ready very soon. So I can see them doing a surprise announcement saying, hey, DLC Fighter Pass Character 2. dropping, E3 weekend or, after their Nintendo presentation or whatever it might be for E3. I can see that happening. So, moving on to Scorpion. That's where I think they would also announce Scorpion at the same time. Because going back to the fact that I just said, Sakurai's mentioned in the past, they work on multiple characters. So now the Joker's done, and presumably Fighter Pass character number 2 has to be pretty close. Fighter Pass character 3 can't, maybe, am I reaching saying he might be halfway finished at this point? But he's definitely got quite a bit of work into him, I would say. So, a character like Scorpion, very easy to implement into Smash. And again, you can tone down the character, so he doesn't bring over the blood and gore and all that sort of stuff. But you can tone him down. He would work. Plus, he's a fighting game character, so crossing over into a fighting game franchise, that's not that crazy. Plus, he brings the moveset, he brings popularity. Plus, we'd get to see some really awesome matchups. Scorpion versus Ryu. Finally get Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. Anybody else a fan of that? I would love to see that. Personally, myself. So, there's a lot of great matchups. I mean, pretty much any DLC character you can think of. They can all have their own tremendous, awesome, fantasy character matchups you can see in the Smash Bros. But, Scorpion's got all three. He's got moveset. He's got popularity. He's relevant. People would buy this character. I know some people might be put off by the whole M-rated character, but I think Nintendo kind of might be letting their guard down a little bit when it comes to that. Like I said with Joker, just kind of how they're portraying him, and I don't know. I just have a feeling Nintendo might be willing to go with that sort of M-rated character, maybe a little bit more. And that also kind of falls into my next guess here. So I'm going to go with Ninja Gaiden's Ryu Hayabusa. I believe this character has great gaming history, first of all. Great gaming history. He's been around since what? Was it Super Nintendo? Is that when it started? Maybe Nintendo? I don't remember the exact date, but this character's been around for decades and generations of gaming. He's a gaming icon in itself, and when Smash Bros. Kind of comes out with a new game, they kind of reach, far back, I guess you could say, somewhat, retro style, or maybe just characters and series that have been around forever. Like Brawl, we ended up getting Sonic. You could say, what was it? What was after Brawl? Wii U 3DS. We ended up getting Mega Man, kind of reached way back for big time third-party characters. And Ryu Hayabusa is pretty much the last kind of big character remaining from the NES, SNES era of characters. And if Nintendo continues that pattern of reaching back into older characters, older franchises that are iconic in their own rights. Ryu Hayabusa's he's gotta be up there next, right? Plus, I'm not just putting him on here because, that whole leak. I believe that, the fact that I just stated, he has a legit chance because Nintendo, it seems like they kind of reach back for those older characters and they want to, I don't know, I don't want to say it's like this sounds weird, like Smash Bros. in a way, not every character, but it's kind of like a, gaming Hall of Fame sort of thing. That sounds weird, but, just getting all these huge, big name, third party, first party characters into Smash Bros. And just duking it out, having fun. I think it'd be awesome. Ryu Hayabusa is a name that people know, would bring in customers, be willing to pay for the Fighter Pass, maybe, at least the Fighter Pack, his individual pack, maybe even the Fighter Pass at this point, if he ends up being the fourth one. Might as well just buy the whole thing then. But, I think he's got a pretty unique sort of vibe. Plus, he was just in a game not too long ago, I believe at the beginning of March, Dead or Alive 6. So he's in a fighting franchise already. You just bring him over. He's got the moveset, he's got popularity, he's got relevancy. Let's do it. And then I think, last but not least, Nintendo wants to kind of go out with a bang, and they want to make that last character announcement for the Fighter Pass 1. They want it to be pretty big. And since Ridley's already in the game, and he's already way too big and all that stuff, I don't know why I brought that up, but Crash Bandicoot, right? So many people have this guy on their want list, on their wish list. Just dream matchups you could see. Crash has the cartoon style. He's got the vibe that kind of fits Smash Bros. He just kind of feels like he already fits in, and he kind of has earned his place. I mean, for quite a while in gaming history, the top few characters, you know, in terms of recognizability, was Mario and Crash. They were pretty much rivals, you know, Nintendo versus Sony. So, yeah, Crash might have taken somewhat of or had a hiatus for a bit, but he's back. We got the Insane Trilogy. We got Crash, Crash Nitro Kart or Team Racing. What's the official title? I don't remember. But the Crash racing game coming out in June, I believe, which is also coming out on the Switch. So if you want to tie in those two, potentially, you could do that as well. Crash has been on Nintendo consoles in the past, so I think this would be a great character to kind of end Fighter Pass 1 on, and, you know, maybe even they kind of say, hey, Fighter Pass 2 coming out, but that's a whole nother topic. So, yeah, Nintendo, I think they got their hands full. Obviously, they've already picked all the characters they want for Fighter Pass and Smash Bros., but I think these are going to be my predictions. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments about mine. Does it suck? Is it okay? Is it great? Would you buy this? Like, would you buy this whole thing as a whole if these were the remaining Fighter Pass characters? Let me know. And also let me know who you guys are predicting to be in the rest of the Fighter Pass for Smash Bros. So I'm interested to see what you guys have to think about all that stuff. So let me know. I think overall, I think my list makes sense. I think it makes sense. I guess that's why I came up with it. But yeah, are these the top characters that I personally want? No, there's other characters that I'd much rather see, but I just think this is a very safe sort of guess for potentially what could be coming. Yes, I didn't have Erdrick. Yes, I didn't have Steve, but I don't know. We'll end up seeing if I'm right or wrong, or maybe if I get a couple right. But anyway, that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. And again, my Fighter Pass, I have Crash, Ryu Hayabusa, Scorpion, and Banjo. Let me know what you guys think. And hopefully we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.